So, I was watching one of Level Cap's videos the other day, and I'll put the link in the YouTube description down below. And it really got me thinking about Battlefield 5. You've probably noticed there hasn't been that much Battlefield 5 content on my channel recently. I kind of was reinvigorated for Battlefield 5, you know, when Firestorm came out, and before that when we had the different patches that improved the gameplay, improved the visibility of enemies. And it seemed like the game was on its way up. But after playing Firestorm for a bit, I'm not that enamoured with the way that the armour works in it. I think the time to kill is all wrong, and the time to kill should be the same as the time to kill in the multiplayer, like that. It shouldn't be this extended thing where if you've got 2 plates of armour or 3 plates of armour, if somebody attacks you, you know, they have to use more than the clip. I think that's silly. So I'm kind of not really into Firestorm that much. And to be honest, the multiplayer, I've played all the maps loads of times now in Conquest and different game modes, and I'm a bit bored with it. They've just released Conquest Grind, where they take the maps and they just put like 3 flags on them in a linear mode, turn them into almost like a Frontlines map or a breakthrough map, and they even call it Grind. You know, you're grinding through this to level up your guns and earn rewards and get through the season pass, and you know, it's not much fun. And I think, and I was thinking, you know, you've really, DICE and EA, you've really ruined Battlefield 5. You know, we were looking forward to it so much, but in Level Cap's video, he expounds on this idea that actually Battlefield 5 was never meant to be released like this, and that it's an unfinished game. And the reason for that is that after Battlefield 1 was coming to the end of its development, you know, coming to the close to its release date, and DICE started working on the next Battlefield game, it wasn't going to be Battlefield 5, it wasn't going to be World War 2, it was going to be Battlefield Bad Company 3. So it's going to be like a modern warfare, you know, Battlefield 4 era, you know, M16s, AK-47s, that sort of thing. That was going to be the next Battlefield game, and that's the game they started working on. And also the idea that DICE, that not only would they have then been working on the sequel to Battlefield 1, which was going to be Battlefield Bad Company 3, but then they also started, you know, initial development ready for Battlefield 5. And Battlefield 5 would have been the game after Battlefield Bad Company 3, and it would have been the game that would have come out with the new consoles that we're going to get at next year, probably, you know, the PlayStation 5, the Xbox One 2, or whatever that's going to be. And then EA maybe did a deal with PlayStation or Xbox, or just made a decision that actually we want the game that's going to be coming out with the new consoles, you know, our headliner AAA game, we want that one to be Bad Company 3, because the community really enjoyed Battlefield Bad Company 2. It's always looked back on as the, you know, the golden age of Battlefield. And the idea is, yeah, when we go with the new consoles with all their extra power and their ray tracing and their, you know, 4K or 6K ability, we want Bad Company 3 to be that game. And therefore the next Battlefield game then had to be Battlefield 5. So Battlefield 5 then had to be rushed forward. And the whole idea that Battlefield 5 merely got 18 months worth of development before it came out. And that's nothing for a AAA game like Battlefield 5. You think I think Battlefield 1 was probably in development for 5 years. You know, and that's why, for example, when they got the trailer, you know the trailer with the lady in it and the tanks and all the odd stuff that was going on. The reason why they showed that trailer was basically that's all they had. when they were doing the kind of the reveal trailer for that sort of stuff, and that's why we've got no maps, no extra maps. They're not coming out for another month or so. The level of content has been really rubbish. We've had, you know, the new skins come in that are great, but you've got to pay for them with real money, and you can't use currency, you know, company coin that you earn in game. That they've been putting resources in that. And in essence, with Battlefield 5, we got like half a Battlefield game, if that. You know, we got half a Battlefield game, and there was the whole idea as well that don't worry about premium. We're not going to split the player base because we're not going to have a premium pass. But none of us ever expected that what that would mean was actually we're not going to split the player base because you're not actually going to get any extra content. you know, and the whole thing about Firestorm not coming until several months after the release of the main game. The fact that the main game was meant to come out in October but came out in November. This all kind of makes sense now. The fact that Battlefield 5 was never meant to be released now. It was meant to be released in another, well, 18 months' time with the new consoles, and we were meant to be getting Battlefield Bad Company 3. And this makes you kind of think, oh right, I'm not really sure how this makes me feel about Battlefield 5, because as I said, I haven't been playing it much. You know, we've got the Pacific campaign that's meant to be coming soon with some Pacific maps. Might well sort of pick it up and start playing it again, but I can't really see me playing it much. But it does make me feel a little bit more warm towards DICE as a developer, because I'd really gone off them. I thought, you know, with the debacle over Star Wars Battlefront 2 and the terrible, you know, opening to Battlefield 5, the changes they made to the gameplay, it now makes me think, well, actually, maybe they were forced into this situation by EA, the publisher who owns DICE, who say, no. Battlefield Bad Company 3, that's going to be with the PlayStation 5 and the replacement Xbox. You're going to bring forward Battlefield 5, and you're going to release that in 18 months' time. And you can imagine the developers sitting around going, oh my god, what are we going to do? How are we going to get this game out in time? So yeah, there we go. Maybe this explains everything. And what we really need is a Kotaku article by Jason Schreier looking into the history of Battlefield 5, and maybe one day we'll know the truth. But there we go. Battlefield 5. It's not a complete game. You're not playing a complete game. It was released way too early in an unfinished state. Okay, so anyway, that's enough for me. Put your questions and comments down below. What do you think? Do you think this rumour's true, or do you think it's just an excuse? If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very much, and I will see you again soon.